Oh, hi. Would you like and subscribe? Thank you.
Hey, kid, do you remember how you met your mother? Yeah, me neither. She was just always there. But you do remember how you met other important people.
I remember how I met my best friend.
I remember how I met my pet Snakey. I remember how I met my second grade teacher. I remember how I met my first tourist.
I bet the tourist remembers that too. And the kid in today's story is reminiscing about how I met my monster, which obviously calls for spooky hands.
Oh, the monsters are gonna love those.
Oh, thank you, Tippy Tipperon.
To eat.
What?
I said to meet. Monsters love to meet. Spooky hands.
Call me crazy, but I'm not scared.
Crazy.
Let's read. Oh, and right away, we are met with an assortment of fascinating monsters. How cute, 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 cute. This one has 3 smiles, and this one has 6 eyeballs, which is adorable, but probably tough should she need eyeglasses. And I think that's going to be the kid in our story. Right away, we are met with a large and very comfy-looking bedroom filled with KidTime StoryTimes and puzzles. I love puzzles. And we have some water by the nightstand should the kid get thirsty in the middle of the night. That totally happens. And we have some toys. And we have the boy. And we find him kneeling by his bed.
One night, when I reached under the bed for my truck, I found this note instead.
Monsters, meet here for final test. Z. Whoa. And this is official stationery from the office of Mr. Z.
Ha! My parents were obviously trying to trick me into staying in bed. I didn't believe in monsters.
Oh, no? That's interesting.
So I crumpled up the paper, grabbed my truck, and zipped over to my garage. Vroom, vroom.
Whoa, that's quite a setup. I heard some creaking and rumbling, but I wasn't scared. Our house always made noises at night. That's an eerily noisy kind of house.
But then a voice under the bed scolded. Stop that stomach rumbling. The child will hear you. Voices? Stomach rumbling? If this was part of my parents' trick, it was pretty cool. I peered into the inky blackness. 5 pairs of eyes blinked back.
Whoa. 5 pairs of eyes? What's going on under there? Like a convention?
See? Now he knows we're here, the voice sighed. One of you has broken monster rule number 1. Maintain the element of surprise.
Oh.
This is no trick, I thought. There are monsters under my bed.
A convention of monsters under the bed.
A long-necked yellow monster slid out, followed by 4 little monsters. Rule number 2, the yellow one instructed. Never block the bed. All of you, scoot over. Hey, I realized that one must be their teacher.
You could totally tell because that one has the tie and also the clipboard. And these, well, they're smaller and they look kind of, a little frightened of their teacher.
I sat up straight, mesmerized by the monster parade shuffling across my bedroom.
How are they just marching out in the open like that? Isn't there some sort of a monster code that you're supposed to stay hidden and, mysterious? Not just traipsing around looking like this? And this one, Oh, I see what's going on. The teacher is sort of over it. I think the monster code just went out the window.
That's better, the teacher monster said. Access to the bed is clear. Now, who knows rule number 3?
I'm pretty sure rule number 3 is eat the children.
Nope, that's not the rule. Step aside. The purple monster teetered on his tiptoes and gurgled, "Get the child into bed."
That's correct, Genghis. And how would you do that?
Well, Mr. Z, I would roar my scariest roar. All right, give it a go. Genghis took a deep breath, opened his mouth wide, his mouths, all 3 of them, and let out a tiny blurp. Oh, never mind. That was a bit anticlimactic.
Stomach rumbling would have a better chance of getting me into bed than that funny little noise, I laughed. The child is right, said Mr. Z, once again, really over it. That was not sufficiently scary. Genghis, I'm sorry. You're not the best monster for this child. There was some creaking as Genghis slunk beneath the bed. Goodbye, Genghis. Before I could investigate where Genghis had gone, Mr. Z asked, "Now, who wants to try to get this child into bed?" The orange monster looked at the ceiling. The red monster looked at the floor. Only the green one looked at me. First, he stared at my toes and started drooling. Ew. Then he took a step towards me, and I heard that rumbling noise again. I sprang into bed so he couldn't get my feet. Good thinking, kid. Mr. Z blinked. Very unconventional, Gabe. Your stomach gurgles seem to be what this child needs. What I needed was to make sure this little Gabe monster didn't eat my toes. Yeah, you're gonna need those. Right, you 3. The child is now in bed, said Mr. Z. As every monster knows, the ultimate objective is rule number 4. Who can tell me what that is?
I'm pretty sure that one's the one where you eat the kid.
Nope, thank you very much for playing. Rule number 4. The orange monster bounced and squeaked, "Keep the child in bed until it falls asleep." Correct, Morgan. And how would you accomplish that? Shadow puppet, shadow puppets! Gabe whistled through his nose. Oh, that's a talent. And I snickered. But Mr. Z said, "Interesting idea. Try it." Morgan hopped on my night table, bling, and flailed her arms near my lamp like so. Silly shadows blobbed onto the wall, and a cloud of fluffy fur tickled my nose. Achoo! All those feathers. Oh. Morgan, stop at once, Mr. Z ordered. You're supposed to scare him, not make him sneeze. I mean, you're a monster, not an allergen. I'm sorry, but you're not a match either. Morgan's arms flopped to her sides, and she scuttled under my bed. There was more creaking. And Morgan was gone. Goodbye, Morgan. Fare thee well. After all that sneezing, I really needed a tissue. Suddenly, a huge shadow of uncut claws loomed across my room. Awesome, I thought. Kind of scary.
I froze in place.
Powerful performance, Gabe, said Mr. Z, who's finally looking a little pleased. But do either of you see a problem?
That they haven't eaten him yet?
Okay, thank you once again for participating.
Oh, I know,
Chirped the red monster.
the child is out of bed again.
Correct, Abigail, Mr. Z continued, and one of you must get him back in. Let's revisit rule number 1. Maintain the element of surprise. And all at once, poof, the monsters vanished. Then I heard more rumbling. Were they hiding in my closet, making noises to scare me? Ha! No, it was only my stomach grumbling. All this excitement was making me hungry. Time for a midnight snack. I tiptoed past the closet and peeked out the door. So far, so good. No monsters. Then I stepped over the squeaky stair and snaked down to the kitchen. Oh, that is a nice kitchen. As I reached into the gigantic pantry, I heard some chattering behind me. I sure hoped it wasn't that toe-loving Gabe. Oof, toe lover. I yanked open the fridge. Ha! It wasn't Gabe. It was just the red monster shivering on the shelf. Found you! I laughed. Nice try, Abigail, but this isn't working. You're not the right monster for this child.
But Mr. Z, it's not my fault that he's not scared of me.
I'm sorry, Abigail. Let's go. Abigail clumped behind Mr. Z, head hanging, shoulders hanging. When I heard the creaking, I knew she was gone. Goodbye, Abigail. Goodbye. I grabbed some crackers and headed upstairs, wondering if Gabe was gone too. Yeah, he's right there. I munched all the way down the hall, and then I went into the bathroom to brush my teeth again. Wait, does it look to you like Gabe is literally growing? What kind of monstrous magic is this? When I opened the door a minute later, Gabe was definitely not gone. He was right there, and he was huge. How did that happen so fast? I charged into my bed and slammed the door. When I leaped into bed, whoosh, I knew my toes were safe. Phew. I was surprised to hear breathing under my bed, like so. It was ragged breathing and stomach rumbling. Hey, kid, Gabe growled. Good to see ya. I pulled my covers up tight. Even the stuffy looks a little bit alarmed. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to start the evening with an ominous puddle of drool. Ew, but he did politely announce it. I peeked over the edge of the bed. Green ooze spread soundlessly from underneath.
That Gabe's got game. Ghoulish game.
Then the bed quivered as Gabe unfurled his spiked tail, and the drool went splashing and ew, ew, ew. Well, this is quite promising, Mr. Z noted, looking happy and smiling for the first time that I can recall. When I heard some more creaking, I knew Mr. Z was gone. I was alone with Gabe. Gabe loomed over my bed, because he's gigantic now, and began sharpening his uncut claws on my Bedpost, rude.
How did you get so big?
Rule number 5, my friend. People food makes monsters grow. So thanks for the crackers. Got, any toes I can munch? Ah!
Finally, the child eating.
No!
I scrunched in my feet so Gabe couldn't get them.
This was way better than playing with trucks. Wait, hold up. Is he smiling? Is the kid enjoying this? Very curious.
No toast tonight, but you can have this, I offered, tossing a stuffed monster off the bed.
No! The stuffed monster does not look pleased to be offered up as a sacrificial toy. Gabe dove for it. Woof! His soft, comforting snorts filled the room as he snuffled the toy. I shivered.
What does it mean that he snuffled the toy?
I don't know.
I don't want to know. Kid, I think this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Oh, and what a relief. It looks like snuffling a toy is just snuggling a toy. So the toy is A-okay, if a bit sticky now.
No other monster can scare me like you, I giggled.
Wow, what an unusual friendship.
Gabe was the monster for me. His snorts and his oohs were perfect. Ew. I yawned. Then shivered again. Shiver, 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 shiver. And I was asleep in no time.
And they slept happily ever after.
So the boy and the monster are friends?
Oddly, yes.
I want to meet my monster.
I'd rather not.
Have you met yours? Because I've met mine.
Ah! Ah! I'm hungry. Me too. Ah!